Today, I want to show you a watch from a brand that is making some great watches, maybe too good because they always seem to be sold out. Hate to do this, but by the time I got this watch in, that was exactly the case with it. It's long gone. The watch is from Imperial Watch Co. It's their Oceanguard GMT, and I still wanted to get this in front of the camera, and hopefully they have some new versions of this coming out at some point soon. Big thanks to Imperial Watch Co. for getting this in. Always like getting their watches in for a little bit of wrist time, but let's get to it and check it out. All right. Now, yeah, unfortunately, these are sold out, but hoping this will give you at least an idea what the brand is all about quality wise for their next release if you are interested in ever picking one up. Imperial Watch Co. started with the Oceanguard line, which is a three-hander vintage style diver, and more recently added these Oceanguard GMTs to their catalog and a few different color options. This version is the jet black with elmwood and sand bezel. The dial is very vintagey, if that's even a word, especially with that company logo up at the top of the dial under the large 12 o'clock marker. At the bottom, just above the date at 6, is Oceanguard GMT printed. I'll show you here in a minute, but it's a roulette date and alternates between red and black each day. One of my favorite details with the watch is the large minute hand. It actually lines right up with the triangular markers when it hits them. The hands are gold gilt and look good on the watch. They're all hit with lume, including the GMT hand, and the lume is top notch. They're using BGW9. The GMT hand has a small amount of lume, so it takes a second to spot sometimes, but good lume overall. Running the watch is the Seiko NH34, which is a collar GMT movement. We'll unscrew the crown here, and what that means is the GMT hand is adjusted independently of the rest of the hands, clockwise on the crown to adjust the GMT, counterclockwise, and you're going to adjust the date, and you can see it goes back and forth from red to black, which is a cool touch and a nod to vintage watches this is inspired by. The bezel is a friction bezel with an aluminum insert, bidirectional bezel. I have noticed a couple of times when setting the time, it has moved on me a little bit. Not so much on wrist for some reason, but maybe it could stand to have a little bit more friction. Not bad, though. The sandy bottom section of the bezel has a bit of a gold tone. Normally, I'd prefer ceramic inserts, but it wouldn't be right with this watch. And yeah, that green and sand combination looks really cool. The case is fully brushed other than a little thin slice of polish work along the top edges of the case. We've also got drilled lugs and yeah, nice looking case design. The case back is a screw down case back with the company crown logo engraved and some pretty neat engravings of the planes flying the perimeter of the case back. The bracelet is a 5-link Jubilee style bracelet, but with all brushed links versus the usual inner polished links. And I like the look on the watch. It's a nice match for it. It is sized with push pins, tapers down to 15.6 millimeters at the clasp. The clasp is signed and is also equipped with an on-the-fly adjustment system. Size on the watch comes in at a case width of 37.8 millimeters. The lug to lug is 47.6 millimeters. Lug opening is 20 millimeters, and the thickness is 14.3 millimeters, including the AR treated sapphire. Water resistance on the watch is 200 meters. And here it is on my 7.25-inch wrist, and not a lot of negatives to speak of, except for the fact the watch is sold out. These were only limited to 25 pieces, so they went quite quickly. Price was $5.99 USD. If you happen to find one pre-owned, it's a great watch. We'll have to wait and see what they do next, but if you're interested, you can sign up for drop notifications on the site. Link will be below. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.